And I'd like to welcome you all to our advanced training for the day, which will be covering the Canva app and our Valentine's Day party overview. Okay, but I hope everyone's having a great day. Happy National Pizza Day. If I spotlight myself, you'll be able to see my background. But again, just make sure you check out our daily emails so you know what's going on for the week, the agenda, any information such as events or any flyers that we have can be found in our daily email. I'm going to read our disclaimer before we get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information in any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. As you all know, we all like to raise our hands in Zoom so we can have some kind of etiquette and organization. So if you ever have a question, comment, concern, I want you to raise your hand in Zoom. You do that by tapping more at the top right, and then you will hit raise hand. Okay, so make sure you hit raise hand, and then at the bottom it will say your hand is raised. So that's how you can also see and check if your hand is actually raised. I know we had some maybe some issues yesterday, but just make sure when you hit more and then raise hand, you just tap on it once. Not like tap it twice, like real fast, just by accident, because you might lower your hand as well. But I want everyone, again, in Zoom to please raise their hand. You tap more at the top right, and then you hit raise hand. Okay, so we have about, let's see, about 25, 26 folks in the call. And thank you all so much for being on time and present today. And to the 15 of you that have already raised your hands, ooh, I know that's right. So again, if you'd like to respond to the question or have a question or comment, concern, really anything, it's just so that way we're all able to be heard and accounted for and acknowledged, right? We want to raise our hands. So again, you do that by tapping more at the top right, and then you tap raise hand. So thank you to those that have raised their hands. You can lower them by hitting lower at the bottom. Again, it says your hand is raised, and then it will say lower. So let's make sure to lower our hands. And again, just as a reminder, let's make sure our TVs and cell phones are silent so that we can really immerse ourselves in the material and the session. And that way we are all able to hear and understand each other, okay? But let's make sure to lower our hands. Again, we have 3 hands up. So at the bottom, if it says your hand is raised, make sure to lower your hand, okay? In addition to raising your hand, if you just want to share a literal reaction or an emoji, you can do that by looking below raise hand and you'll see some different icons. So like a clap or a thumbs up or maybe a heart. Or if you hit these 3 dots right here, you can choose any emoji that Apple has to offer to use as a reaction. So can I get everyone in Zoom to send a reaction? Either one that's here, right here, or you can hit the 3 dots and choose any emoji just by sliding through the different options. So yeah, I saw your heart, Miss Helen. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. For your class, Miss Mary. I see a water drop. Wow, that's cool. I love the nature ones. Those hearts are my favorite. The 2 pink ones next to each other. Those are great. Yes, football, Yvonne, Super Bowl this Sunday. Hope you all enjoy and have fun. I look forward to the halftime show. One of my shows that comes on with my friends comes on Sunday too. So thank you all so much for sharing your reactions in the chat. It's a lot of fun. Just to, share an emoji because they're lots of fun. Last but not least, if you want to communicate with others non-verbally, the chat is a great way to share, a hello or good morning, happy Friday, hope you have a great weekend. Any resources and info, quotes, uplifting messages, anything you'd like to share in the chat, your question, congrats, anything. You can do that by tapping more at the top right. So I'm going to go into Zoom myself, and then I'm going to hit more, and then I'm going to hit on chat. That's how you send a non-verbal message. Okay, so if I see here, it says, make sure it says send to everyone. Okay, if you want to send a message to everyone, make sure it says everyone. If it says send to a particular person, like Miss Queen, I see you sent me a direct message. That may have been intended for me, but just keep in mind whether it says send to everyone or send to a particular person. But I tap in that area, and then I'm going to type in my message, and then I'm going to go and let's do an emoji. I like the sun. So there you go. You hit it using the blue button on the right. So again, I'm going to put in some emojis and then hit the send button here on the right-hand side. So you can send emojis, you can send text, you can even send a picture like Brenda did. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing, Brenda. I would pay money for that. That looks so good. You can hit the plus sign on the left-hand side of tap here to chat, and then hit photo. When you do that, you can add any photo from your Photos app that you'd like. So like this background that I'm currently using on my iPad, I can send it using the chat. Yo, lovely. I love that picture, Miss Carolyn. Thank you so much. Yeah, hello, hello. Yep, bon dia. Go 49ers. Oh, I don't have a favorite, but I'll be entertained. So um so yeah, let's have a great weekend. It's a great day to be alive. Yeah. Yeah, so let's all make sure to utilize the chat during each and every Zoom session that you attend, because it's fun. And that way you can seamlessly like ask a question or just share your thoughts, right? And I do my best to take a look at the chat whenever I can. I get a little notification when I do. So I see that we've had 20 messages in the past few minutes or so. So thank you all so much. Today, we will be, of course, having our introduction and be really talking about our Valentine's Day party overview. What if you'd like to contribute to our to the session, etc. And then once we get that information, we're going to actually go into the app today, which is the Canva app, to then create that what we'll be creating. And then last but not least, of course, we'll have our Q&A discussion, any questions you may have for the session, okay? So first, our introduction. So, excuse me. So really, in today's digital age, like these virtual flyers, materials, promotional materials, things of that nature are really important for several reasons, which includes having a wider reach. So if you think about it, compared to traditional print materials, digital flyers can be easily shared across different various online platforms to reach a larger audience. So again, if you're thinking about print, like actual paper flyers or things of that nature, print materials versus virtual materials, for those print ones, you have to place them in a certain area, right? But with the internet, it's a whole different landscape where you can post them easily to different networks or different sites or emails, etc. So it's way more easy to share these virtual materials than physical materials in that way, right? To a wider audience. It's cost effective. You got to think about it. If I want to send a flyer, we're gonna create something like that, and it's free. And if you want to send an email to someone, that's free as well. If you want to print out papers, and either way, if you print it at home or if you print it at the store, you're going to be paying some kind of money for that in a way, for the ink, for the paper, for the service, if you go somewhere. And if you need a lot, of material, like 1, 2, 300, you can always get a bulk deal, at the wherever you're printing at. And so, but it's still, it will be more generally than a virtual material. So, our case is free, but for like printing materials, if you want an X amount, most of the time it will be either your time or your money. Because either way, even if you, for example, go to DC Public Library and print off, you get 20 a day. to print. But still, that's just 20 papers, right? So you're gonna have to go back and forth from that library each day, for example, to then grab those flyers. So again, if you think about it, it's cost effective with your time and money to create a virtual material. If there's instant accessibility, virtual materials can be accessed instantly from anywhere with an internet connection. So on my phone, on your computer, on our tablets, you know. Again, opening that material, if it was sent as an email, is easy as 1, 2, 3, right? You just go to the email and you open it, and you can do that at any time. With papers, right? You have to actually carry that physical paper around, but if you're using, again, your tablet or your device, you also, most of the time you have that device with you at most times versus a paper, right? So again, having it virtual makes it really easy to access. Of course, there are many more reasons, but one that I think, also involves with word processing apps is adaptability. Virtual flyers can be quickly updated or modified to reflect changes in any information listed. So when you print that paper, it's pretty much done, right? When you print it, of course, you can make hand edits or so, but really once you have something printed, it's there to stay. But with virtual flyers, you can just easily edit your flyer or edit the document at any time. And that way it's, well, way less of a hassle because you don't have to print out additional things for example, but you can just simply change a word or a phrase or two to reflect any changes. So good thing like these slides are in paper or I'm not doing them in that way because each and every time I would have to, put a new date or put something new or one little thing that needs to change. Yeah. So having virtual materials is very important and useful. So for example, some flyers that we share in our daily emails, this is our lunch club flyer. So, you see it's very colorful, has a lot of information on there and in what, that session or what that information is about. Same thing for our talk show, Tuesday through Thursday. This flyer shows, kind of also gives you a vibe on what you're going to read. So, well, when creating this flyer, I chose kind of this, coffee, just kind of starting your day thing. So it kind of goes with the vibes or with the feel that you want of the event. So just some examples of how they could be really impactful, like virtual materials and easily accessed and edited on your device. So going into our Valentine's Day party overview. So again, this flyer has been shared today, actually. It was shared on Tuesday and it's been shared in our daily emails this week. Yes, our third annual Valentine's Day party is on February 13th, this coming Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Same Zoom, as usual. We'll be having games, love stories, fun facts, and our our contribution, your contribution, will be thank you cards to some groups, which I'll be going over. So writing thank you cards. Writing a thank you card is a thoughtful gesture that shows your love to someone in several ways. It's love and thanks, right? Including it expresses your gratitude, it just shows that you're appreciative and your gratefulness. A thank you card adds a personal touch. You can show off your creativity and thoughts, in a fun and engaging manner or way. Acknowledgement, just specifically, thanking someone or the thank yous allows the reader to know the impact of one's actions and it creates a memorable gesture. So, anytime I've received a thank you card or like a birthday card, that kind of you know, sticks with you for sometimes for life, right? And again, it just creates a lasting memory of your appreciation because you're just taking time out your day to write down your thoughts and really share how you feel. So anytime I get any of those letters or something, it makes you feel good and really appreciative of that person who sent you the card. So it's kind of like a two-way street. Okay. So for the thank you cards, we are going to be, so I would like 5 individuals, each to create one card for these 5 different groups. So each one of you all that wants to participate will choose one of these groups to create a letter or a thank you card for. So I'll be covering each of them and in depth as possible. And then I will be seeing who would like to create which thank you card. Okay. So first up is DACL. So these first three are our grantors, right? So again, they have made the program possible to, still provide all of these different sessions for you all as well. So yes. So first up is DACL, the Department of Aging. They serve district residents 60 and older, adults living with disabilities, and those who care for them. They're the ones that have provided the iPads and of course, several guests and presenters throughout the program's existence. So especially to those that joined in 2021, it was through DACL that we were able to, continue with the program and have the support available, right? And they also, of course, held several Zoom sessions on their own resources and services. We had several different folks from DACL come on to speak, such as Alice, and we had, Director Hines for our holiday party, etc. Yeah, they're the ones that part of them makes this program possible. Next up is the Washington Home. So the Washington Home is a DC-based foundation that seeks to improve the lives of the elderly and those facing end of life, strengthen senior communities, and reduce inequality in access to care. So as you know, the Washington Home, they are one of our interest groups. They come on Thursdays. And below the description is some of the sessions they've held. So their first one that they did was a spring gardening workshop. They've done health benefits of houseplants. They did a session on food insecurity and also community resources. So again, they're one of our grantors, again, makes this program possible. So if you've attended a DACL session or if you've attended a session with Washington Home, you can use that to, show your thanks for those particular organizations. Our third grantor is Home Care Partners. And Home Care Partners is a private nonprofit agency serving the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Their mission is to enable vulnerable people to remain in their homes in comfort, safety, and dignity. So some of the services they provided are home care aid service. If you remember, Ms. Tanisha, she provided information about the DC Caregivers Institute. And of course, we have had Safe at Home come on as well to talk about their services and options as well. So that's Home Care Partners. The fourth one is just our, or our fourth and fifth one is really our supporters, right? Who helps us create the program and have it be done every week. Is our guests and presenters. So our Tuesday and Thursday 1:30 p.m. guests, like Cyber Seniors, DC Public Library, Tori, right? These different DC resources and interest group showcase different senior service providers and our interest group leaders that cover resources and support available from a wide variety of organizations in Washington, DC. So, for example, we've had Parkinson's Foundation, IRS, the Realty Group, Kristen Nurashi. We've had DDOT, Capital Area Food Bank, DLCP. We've had several different of these resources available for Tuesdays. And on Thursdays, we have Andy from Cyber Seniors, we have DC Public Library, we have Tori, Goldhammer, talking about fall prevention, we have the Washington Home. So again, our Tuesdays and Thursdays, we provided, in the training for the iPads, that provides the iPads itself, but we also provide the resources that you guys can access with your iPads on those days as well. So they're a very important part of our program. And last but not least is just, I would like one of you to write a just general, a thank you card for our general supporters. So, you can, that's a little more freedom. You can spin it in some kind of way, but, there are many folks behind the scenes and that assist us on a daily basis to keep, different parts of our program running. So just a general thank you letter to the supporters of the iPad program. I would really appreciate that. So again, we have, let's see, DACL, the Washington Home, Home Care Partners, our guests and presenters, and our general supporters. Okay, so again, I would love if you could raise your hand if you're interested in writing a thank you letter. And I know it's last minute, but again, we have some tips and tricks, and I'll be assisting you all with these cards, so there's nothing to worry about. But I would love if you could raise your hand and then also choose who you would like to write the thank you letter for. So just one for each. So I'm looking for at least 5 participants from you all, and I would really appreciate that. So that way we can show our thanks for the folks that make it possible for our program to keep going. So again, we have DACL, the Washington Home, Home Care Partners, our guests and presenters, and our general supporters. So I see we have 3 hands up, so I'll thank you so much to those 3. And just looking for, now we have 4, looking for 1 more letter. And of course, if you want to write one on your own, of course, we can include that as well. We'll probably make like a booklet of this or have this available in some way, shape, or form. But just if you, you know, on your own time, if you'd like to, or, you know, to do that, that would be wonderful. So we still have 4 hands up, or 5 hands, thank you. So I really appreciate that. Okay, I see your message in the chat, Teresa. So thank you. I'll get to you in 1 second. Anne, how are you?
I really appreciate it.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you for
really
volunteering.
Okay.
Who would you like to write a thank you letter for?
Know exactly what you're going through.
Could you come back to me in a minute? My nurse is on the phone. Could you come back to me?
Okay, no problem, Anne. I'll keep your hand up. Okay, Teresa, you said home care partners in the chat, is that right? Teresa, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you so much for contributing and for participating. Really appreciate that, Teresa. Okay, so home care partners taken by Teresa. Thank you so much. Next up is Brenda.
Yeah, Alex, I'll go with DACL.
Okay, thank you. Really appreciate that.
And when do you need it?
So for Tuesday. So we'll be
Tuesday.
Yeah, this is okay. This is for Tuesday's event. That's why we went over the flyer, kind of thank you card. So this will be for Tuesday. So we'll be working on this on today and Monday.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much for participating. Really appreciate that, Brenda.
Sure.
Next up is Geraldine. Hi, Geraldine. How are you?
Hello. How are you? I think I'll write one for be in the group with the Washington Home.
Okay, the Washington Home. Thank you, Miss Geraldine. I really appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Miss Carolyn, how are you?
I'm blessed, safe at home.
Okay, thank you so much. Safe. Well, so safe at home isn't one of the options, Miss Carolyn. So we, Ms. Brenda took DACL, Ms. Geraldine took the Washington Home, and Ms. Teresa took our home care partners. Would you be able to do our guest and presenters or our general supporters, Ms. Carolyn?
Which one is the library under?
DC, are you talking about DC Public Library?
Yes.
It's under guest and presenters.
Yes.
Okay, so I would really appreciate that, Miss Carolyn. So again, just our Tuesday and Thursday 1:30 p.m. guests.
Okay, thank you.
No problem, thank you. And then Anne.
Left with the leftovers.
No, our general supporters. So you have the most general one, but that way you can really, just have some fun. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take that.
I'll
Thank
do that.
you. Thank you, Anne. I really
Now, these are the
appreciate that.
people who present stuff, or these are the people that support the program with
Yeah.
grants.
So just our general supporters. So anybody that's outside of DACL or Washington Home Care Partners or presenters, just our general supporters. Again, behind the scenes, of course, we have many folks that contribute in many different ways to our program that aren't on our elected sessions or something of that nature. So just a general thank you card for the supporters of our program.
Okay,
So just
because
for
yeah,
yeah,
we
so you can
want to
spin
keep the
it in
money.
any way.
These are the people who do put money in.
So it's again just general supporters, Anne. So you
Okay,
can really spin it however you'd like. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right.
I really
You want
appreciate
me to
you
write it on here,
participating.
or you want me to
Uh,
write it?
I will show that to you all in just a second, Anne. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you. And Miss Wilda, I really appreciate you participating. So I know we've already had our 5 folks on. So I would love if you could write just a general just a thank you
Yes,
card to maybe one of these
yes,
as well.
that's
And
what I want.
we can definitely just include it in the
Right?
session. I know during our session we only have time to cover 5
Okay.
of the letters, but if I'll be showing, of course, everyone how to start. So I would really appreciate if you could just be really creative with yours and kind of
All right.
just do what
Your
you like.
overall
Okay.
general thank you to everybody.
Yes. Thank you. I'm gonna put the
Yes, I
idea
love the
and theme
Tuesday and
in
Thursday
your hands.
programs. They're
Okay.
excellent. Yes, I love the
Yes.
Tuesday
Whatever
and
you'd
Thursdays.
like.
Excellent. Thank you.
No problem, Miss Waldo. And that just goes for everyone. Again, if you just want to write a general card, I mean, this is the app and the way to do it. That's really pretty much easy on your iPad. So again, I really appreciate your participation. So we have Miss Brenda doing a thank you letter to DACL. We have Miss Carolyn doing a thank you letter to Washington Home. We have Miss Teresa doing a thank you to Home Care Partners. We have Miss Carolyn doing a thank you to our guests and presenters. And we have Anne writing a thank you just to our general supporters. So thank you all so much. So we'll be covering the method of doing it. So hopefully by the end of today's session, those 5 that volunteered and for the letters for the event, we'll have the app downloaded and you will have a template ready to work on it as you wish. Okay, so we'll be covering the Canva app. So Canva, design, photo and video, graphic design, and logo maker. Before we get started, if you've used Canva or if you've heard of Canva before, I want you to raise your hand, okay? If you've ever heard of Canva or used Canva before, I want you to raise your hand in Zoom. Canva is your easy to use photo editor and video editor in one graphic design app. Create stunning social media posts, videos, cards, flyers, photo collages, and more. No design experience of expertise, no problem. From photo editor to collage maker to logo maker, Canva makes it really simple and easy for everyone. There are many features of Canva, such as stunning templates, photo editor, a video editor. It's really easy to design. You don't have to be a designer or whatever to utilize it. And there are many additional features as well. So far I see we have one hand up, Teresa. If that's good. If that means you've never, okay. So it's a new experience for all, which is okay because now you'll be able to utilize it and learn how to use it. So this is just a quick video from Canva on what you could potentially do with the Canva app on your iPad.
Fools, they think they for sure know something. Oh, of moons and stars, of broken hearts and dreams. But me, I swear that I know nothing. But for nothing's always been enough for me. So if it's all the same, I'd sooner just remain open like a river running to the sea. And if it's of no concern, I'd sooner take my turn. Be waiting here for you to say you notice me. Oh, you notice me. Yeah. You notice me.
Yep, so you saw those beautiful flyers and in different media that was presented. So that's what we'll be covering today. So the Canva app, it looks like this icon. So especially to those five that wanted to contribute to creating a letter, I want you to download the Canva app, okay? I want, especially to those five, that volunteered, I want you to have the Canva app downloaded. So you're gonna go to the App Store, as always, if you wanna download an app, okay? And at the bottom right, you will see the search, where at the top, you'll be able to type in what you want to search for. So in this case, it's the Canva app. And you see it's right here at the top right, Canva, design, photo, and video. You're gonna hit get and download the app. So again, to those, especially to those that volunteered, I want you to download the app, and then we'll be covering it in the session, of course. So again, App Store, search, Canva, get, okay? But anytime you open an app, you get to see the different, previews, different content, reviews, etc. About the app. So it's always good to look at that before downloading an app. But once you do, I go back to my slides. This is what your screen will generally look like. You have a sign up / sign in screen. So the easiest manner, because you're gonna need an account to then create the card or any flyer that you want, you're gonna wanna hit sign up, or if it says continue with Apple, because we all have iPads, right? So you're gonna continue with Apple and go through that process, okay? When you do, this is what your home screen will look like right here. So you have your home, your projects, your create button, your templates button, and something called Magic Studio, okay? But this is your home screen. This is where you'll see all of your recent designs, any recommendations, and of course this search bar. So yes, the menu button is at the top left, these three lines. This opens up, different options like your projects, templates, and other options, settings. So that's like your menu button, I guess. And then at the top here, this is the general search feature. So you can search your content or Canvas to create a new template. Okay, but this is your home screen. We'll be going over this toolbar and then actually going into the app. So actually, if I go to my Canva app right now, you see it opens Canva. Really simple. And of course, follow any prompts that you see on the screen. Okay, so it says continue to sign up for free. If you already have an account, we'll log you in. So again, you're gonna wanna hit continue with Apple. Okay, it's just the easiest way really to sign up for an account to be able to then continue. So I'll be doing it, signing in. Again, it's asking for, it would ask for your Apple ID password in that way, or it will be asking for your Touch ID, passcode, whatever. But this is how you sign in. So once you do, this is what your home screen will look like, okay? So on the left is gonna be the toolbar. So home, your projects, your templates, etc., right? So different options as well. At the top left is the menu button. Again, you can see home. That's how you can adjust where you're at. And here in the middle is pretty simple. What will you design today? Search your content or Canvas. What you might want to try or your recent designs. So simply when you're in the app, right here you're gonna search your content. So if we're writing a thank you card, make sure you're in templates, okay? Make sure you hit templates, because if you're in projects, that means that's your recent projects. Now we're gonna search for templates, okay? And this is a Valentine's Day event, so I'm gonna write Valentine's thank you card. So a thank you card that's, kind of Valentine's theme, okay? And then I'm gonna hit the search. When you hit the search, look at all these different options, okay? The most important thing is you all have a free account. So anything that has Pro on it, that requires Canva Pro, which is a monthly subscription. But if it doesn't have Pro, that means you're able to use it, right? So there are many different options. You can even filter them. So look, all filters. I can look right here and go to the free ones if I want, and then hit apply. Right? So you can choose any of these. And of course, I have some tips for you all as well. So one thank you card that I think is nice to do. Let's see, there are hundreds of thousands of options. So let's see. Let me try to find one that I may like. Go back up. Thought I saw one. I'll use this one right here. And then look, once you open it, this is what your screen will look like. You have the document on the right, and then you have the different options to add things like elements, different shapes, stickers, right? You can add additional text boxes if you want. You can add a picture from your Photos app if you want to, like uploads. You can even draw. But essentially, this is what your screen will look like. You can zoom in and zoom out with your finger if you want. But look, this is a simple template, right? So you can adjust it however you like. I can, keep the thank you. And then just, and one of the tips that I will mention is, you can keep it short and sweet. And that way it, really has an impact on the person. So I'm going to go into the text box. You see, I just tapped on the box to then, select everything. And then I'm going to hit the delete button or the backspace to then kind of start afresh. Again, it doesn't have to be, especially yours, it doesn't have to be paragraphs and paragraphs. Sorry, it just has to be just a few impactful sentences that, that gets what you want to say. So, for example, I'm going to write again, just as an example. Again, you can even have your screen like vertical if you prefer that. If you want to or not. Vertical, horizontal. I kind of like horizontal, just looking through. But in the text box, oops, I just hit the undo button. I'm going to write a thank you letter to, let's see, Jordan. And again, this is just an example and just maybe how you want to phrase or your thank you, So I will write, if it's a letter, if it's like a dear friend, you would write, like dear their name or, however you want to say it. So I'll write dear Jordan. And again, you can format it however you'd like, just like a typical letter, with the comma, and you go to the next one. I'll do a colon, make it your own, right? Dear Jordan. Thank you for hosting your 2 sessions this week. It was nice to be on Zoom again because your topics and energy are interesting and engaging. And then, you can use one thing that you remember from the session, right? So I liked learning, let's see, more about Black history and fun facts yesterday. And let's see, and you can always go back and just think, I like learning more about fun facts yesterday. And then, kind of one of the tips that I'll be covering, you can move it, of course, if you want, is to like kind of think of it like a future note. So like look forward to your further demonstration of the various DCPL apps. Right? And then, you could write best or thank you or something. And it's, up to you. At the top, of course, you have some different options like the font, if you want to make this smaller, or you can choose any font that you'd like. You can move the text box if you want. Move it. Sometimes it's a little finicky. You got to tap outside and then you can move it around. I think it's pretty convenient. I don't need that, so I can tap on it, then hit the delete or the trash. And look, that gives me space to now go back to the thing, and I'm gonna write best or thank you, however you'd like. Best regards, Alex, whoever you want to say. So, best regards, Alex. And wow, Tech Senior, something like that, right? So, because I know we all really enjoyed Jordan's session yesterday, lots of laughs, but something as simple as that, just literally I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences. And there you go, that's concise, nice, simple, thank you letter. And anytime, again, that someone receives one, I know it really does make an impact because every time I receive one, it just makes me thankful for that person because it's really thoughtful. But look, that's like simple text you can do. On the left, like elements, you can search for different things like stickers or shapes or graphics. So like these little hearts, right? I'm gonna add a heart and put it here. Graphics, see all. Hearts, it's really popular right now. It is Valentine's Day. But look, I can add these hearts right here. This one is a GIF image, it moves. And maybe for Jordan, because it is DC Public Library, maybe I'll like look for books and find one. Look, I can adjust it, move it around if I want to. The placement, doesn't have to be perfect. It's just good to kind of get it on the page sometimes. I like this book. I'll move it down here, resize it. And maybe I'll find a picture of a library or a graphic of a library. And again, anyone that does not have Pro next to it, you can use it if you have a free account. But look, I found one that's free. And I'm gonna put it right here in the corner. Okay, and look, not too much, just, a few minutes or so. And you can just, write a few sentences and add a few graphics, of your own or that are here for you. Hey, all of it's free, really simple. And you just use the bar on the left to add what you want to add. But again, I can add a photo from my Photos app. Look, if I upload files, I can hit photo library. I can add this picture. I tap on it and then I hit add. It uploads. And look, I can tap on it and it opens up here. So again, you can add your own pictures if you want, use their elements, like different shapes, graphics, photos, etc., frames, and they have different recommendations too. So yeah, it's pretty simple once you have it together. And once you do, at the top right, you'll see two different options. The second to last one is save as. So you can save it as a different kind of file type. So because this does have a GIF, like an a moving image, I'm gonna hit GIF. If you didn't have any moving images, you would save it as a JPEG or a PNG most of the time. So those different image formats. But yeah, once you have it saved, you can download it. So it downloads to your files, or you see it's downloading here at the bottom right. You can hit the save, and then look, the save comes up. So I can save this as an image. So I'm gonna hit the share button. I can download it or save it. And it's pretty convenient. So download. You have to look for download and make sure the file type is correct. So like GIF, if you have a moving image, if you have a JPEG or a PNG, just, or no moving images, I would choose those options, okay? Also, just looking through, I noticed that we didn't change the name of the file. If I hit file, I'm trying to look for okay, at the top you see it says red and pink. I'm gonna change that by hitting this little pencil, and I'm gonna write thank you card to Jordan, right? So it's just all about going through the different options. I hit home. So like if I go back to my home right here and like my recent designs, my thank you card, and I can open it back up, right? But again, just adding a few images, some text where there, text is available. You see, I didn't have to add really any additional text boxes. I just used kind of what was there. Okay, so again, some examples, and I hope that helped out with understanding more about the Canva app. So again, just a quick tutorial or overview of that. So while I get my presentation back up, give me 1 second. And just take a second to think about how you want to go about your letter, or in general. But the Canva can be used for much more than just letters. For flyers, as you saw that we created, you can create flyers. You can even create slides or PowerPoints if you want. I know Kristen and Rashi, they use Canva for their presentations. So date, you can put the date, anywhere. Again, it's up to you. I didn't put a date on mine. I may have should have, but it's either way is okay. But yes, you can add a date, your name, or just do poser. It's really up to you, which I think is pretty convenient. Just showing off your creativity is is great. So again, I have just some tips to cover about writing a thoughtful thank you card. Again, when writing that, I kind of use some of these just to make it easy on myself. One, start with the greeting. Dear, beginning with the warm greeting. Just like how you would share a nice greeting with someone in real life. Personalize it, so include details or memories that include your or show your appreciation. So you notice how I said, hey, I liked this that you went over, blah, 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 right? Keep it concise. A few heartfelt sentences are often more impactful than a lengthy letter. And last but not least, look to the future. You can express your hope to see or hear from that person soon. And it adds just a nice touch of anticipation for future interactions, for Jordan, in addition to writing, I look forward to learning more about the DCPL apps and I could also write to say, really look forward to your future sessions. We really enjoy the content that you have to share. Something like that, right? So, that gets folks excited, and again, really shows them that you are really thinking about what they have contributed, right? And again, here are some more tips. For your introduction, if it's a close friend, use dear. An acquaintance, use their name. First sentence, thank you for blah blah blah. List what you're going to do with if you received a gift, for example, or if for the sessions, list what you're going to use, how you're going to use the info that the person shared or the organization shared, and what it meant to you. Say what that person means to you and how much it meant to receive that, whatever, right? And just close with something like, I'm so thankful for that item or that idea and your generosity and your closing. So you'll have an introduction, a few sentences, and a closing, right? If I go to the link that I looked, literally example thank you cards. If you just want some inspiration, you can literally Google. I literally Googled example thank you cards, and there are many images of thank you cards to just, to look at, to get inspired by. So look, this is a gift thank you card. Thank you so much for your lovely gift. We'll certainly put that gorgeous vase to good use. I do hope we get to see you and Sally more often this year. Consider it an official resolution. This spring, perhaps. Thank you again. I'll send you a photo of the bouquet. As always. So look, all the tips that we just covered was right there. Very short, to the point. They're saying how they're going to use it, looking to the future, and saying a thank you, and even saying, I'll send you a photo of the bouquet. So just how they're going to use it, that's really, really thoughtful, right? This one, this is a wedding thank you card. Thank you so much for celebrating with us at our wedding. It was the most wonderful day of our lives and would not have been the same without you. We are truly grateful for your generosity and presence on our special day. This one is unfortunately the sadder one, but still a thank you card. We are deeply grateful for your prayers, generosity, and act of pure kindness. They have been a comfort to us during this difficult time. Your thoughtfulness and support will never be forgotten. We feel blessed to have a wonderful family and such caring friends in our lives. So again, different topics, but kind of, the same format, right? Our last example, it's kind of hard to read this. It says, it was such a delight to receive a bouquet of flowers on my birthday. So it's a birthday card. Well, tiger lilies are my favorites. Thank you so much for remembering. I may not have the greenest of thumbs, but I'll do my best to keep them radiant and healthy for your visit next week. So again, a thank you. What or how, that whatever you received or, would be useful, or, your thanks. And looking to the future and just keeping it short and simple. Okay. Wow. So again, pretty simple, just a few sentences. And, that will really make someone's day. So just some questions to think about. But before we, I just want to make sure that, the ones that are, for our event that have the app downloaded, and we can kind of see or start as much as we can. Before we do, I'll see if we have some questions. Canva is free. It's an app, Ms. Jennifer. So you just have to open the app up on your iPad. And yes, Canva is free. There is a subscription if you want additional features, but everything that I showed you all, especially creating that card, was absolutely free. Cards, one pagers, no. Canva, you can have different pages. So again, you can have presentations in Canva if you want to. Again, Kristen and Rashi, they utilize a Canva presentation for their sessions, but it can be as many pages as you'd like. But yes, going through our list first, just to make sure. Brenda,
Yeah,
you have the app downloaded?
yeah, I do.
Okay. Were you able to find a template that you want to use?
I haven't started that yet. I'm doing my little note first.
Yes.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I shouldn't write a letter, so I'll be short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
as
but I
long as
do
it's
have it on.
downloaded.
Yeah, I do have it downloaded. Yeah, and I've opened it up. I used my the biometrics to open it up, and I saw the menu on the left, and
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go over it with us. What I guess before Tuesday, Monday.
Yes, before Tuesday. So
Okay. Okay.
um I know
I'm
again, I
working
know it's yes, I know it's kind of last minute, you all, but we really just wanted to, have this Valentine's Day event. And again, we, trying to make it as easy. So yes, those that volunteered, you will definitely hear from me. So
okay.
don't, yeah,
Okay.
but thank you so much, Brenda.
Sure. Let me.
Hmm. Oh, Brenda, you had a question?
Yeah.
You had a question? Uh-huh.
You want the theme to be on a Valentine's Day card, or can it be like
It
I
can
don't
be
know.
anything. It is the Valentine's Day party, so that's why I literally wrote Valentine's
Okay.
thank you
All right.
cards, because
Okay.
there's literally like like I said, like there's 400,000 results. So,
Okay.
it can be. I recommend it, but it's up to you.
Okay. All right then. Thank you, Alex.
No problem. Um, Hi, Miss Jarlin, how are you?
Hi, Alex. Well, I've downloaded the app and
Good.
I got the menu. And I think you just answered my question with Brenda. Now, uh, I was wondering, where did you go? So you went to Valentine's thank you cards. That's where you went to, right?
Mm-hmm. So
To get,
if you're in the app, Geraldine, you see in the middle, it will say, what will you design today? And
yeah,
you have the search bar. So make sure it's on templates. But
temple.
again,
Okay,
yeah, make sure it's on templates. And then you're
okay.
gonna write what kind of thing you want. So again, in the future, it doesn't have to be it could be anything, right? Valentine's Day thank you card, just being more specific allows you to get to what you want in a shorter amount of time, right? So
Okay,
when I
okay,
write Valentine's Day thank you, look at all these different options, and
okay.
then you'll just choose one that you like. So again, I recommend just one that may have some kind of text on it already, like this one, maybe like this thank you card right here.
Yeah,
It's really simple. You can, change or change the photo if you want, but just something of that nature. As long as it doesn't have pro on it, that means that it's a you need the subscription. So just make sure that it doesn't have pro, so that way you can utilize it. Okay.
got it, got it. I got it now.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. And
Okay.
do you wanted to answer one of these? Well, also, sorry, I should have asked Brenda that too. But did you want to answer one of these?
Well, the new fact is Canva. That's the new
Mm-hmm.
fact, and I learned how to download it, and now I know how to get the template, and I learned about the four parts of the thank you letter: the greeting, the be concise, look to the future, and then your ending, your
Mm-hmm.
regards. So I learned that
Mm-hmm.
part today.
Yeah, and I know you can do it, Mr. Allen. Thank you so
Yes, I can
much.
do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Love it. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much, Geraldine.
Okay, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Teresa, were you able to download the app and check it out, Teresa? Just going through all the folks that volunteered.
Yes, I was able to download it. I went
Mm-hmm.
to the app. I clicked template.
Mm-hmm.
I typed in Valentine, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Good.
I saw one down there where on one side, on the left, it has thank you and it has writing. And on the other side, it has a picture. And
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For this particular occasion, would it really be appropriate for me to put a picture there?
Oh, that's a great. It's up to you, Teresa. I know you have home care partners, so you can maybe be creative, if you'd like with that image. I do have what I can do is, and I think is good. I can send you all the logos for each of the organizations in the best way I can. For general supporters, I don't think I can send a logo for that, or well, for presenters, I have examples, but I can send that. But really, it's up to you what kind of image that you want. You can
I
replace it
thought
with
in terms
with
of
a thank
sending an
you.
image, I thought in terms of sending, putting a picture there of the chair, but the chair that they help you to get for your home.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll think
They would
about.
love that. That's a great idea, Teresa. I know you have a lot of creative ideas, and I know you'll think of some good ones. So whatever you do, I know will be great.
Okay, well, while I have you here, I have that. Let me click on that card. I've clicked on the card. The thank you is on the left, and
Mm-hmm.
and use this template that's on the right. I should be clicking on it,
Yes.
right? Use
Yes, and
this
it
template.
doesn't have a crown next to it, right? It just says use this template, correct?
Oh, nope. I gotta go back. Okay,
Yeah, you got to make sure it
okay, I'll
doesn't
do
say
that.
pro. Yeah, you got to
I
make
saw
sure it
it
doesn't
says
say
try me
pro
for
on it.
14 days free, so that lets me know I have to pay. Okay, Alex, I can go from here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Teresa. I really
All
appreciate
right.
that. How to save it? Oh, that's I will be sure to. I'll go over that in just a second. So I did kind of go through that section fast. So just important that you have it in there, and then we'll kind of cross that bridge. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I'll be sure to get that question. Miss Carolyn, were you able to download the app and check it
Yes,
out?
I did. And I
Wonderful.
started typing,
Oh, I know
and
that's right, Miss Carolyn.
I had to, I had to, when you just talked about the crown, I said I have to go back and see if there was a crown on top.
Yes, because if you don't, if you're in my Zoom right now, you see when I tap on it, it goes straight to that, whatever card you're in. But if you tap on one that's like a pro, you see it takes you to this screen where you see it says pro. So it's just make sure to look at that before you see which one you'd like to use.
I used the thank you Valentine's Day one.
Oh yeah, there's so many ones, and yeah, and I really appreciate you downloading it and checking it out and finding that template.
Oh yes, it was
Yep.
fun.
Yeah, it's always fun. You can do anything on your iPad, and just this one app makes it real easy, right?
Yes, it does.
Well, thank you, Miss Caroline. I really appreciate that. And then last but certainly not least is Anne. Were you able to download the app?
Yes, Alex, I did download
Mm-hmm.
the app. But I was trying to follow along with what you were doing so that I could be clear. Now, when you say general supporters, that means it's to you wouldn't put anybody's particular name, right?
Um, well, I would have to know a little bit of more context on what you're writing, but I mean, I don't think a name is gonna hurt, or yeah, but just
Okay.
I would just make sure it's kind of it is general, but just to the friends and supporters of the iPad program, just an idea. Just say what you're thankful for, or what you got from the program, or just specifics. Because if it's a general letter, then you can be general, but kind of as specific as you want. But just to spin it on to thank those that that have contributed to the program to keep it running, and there you go.
Okay. Okay. All right. And you are gonna run this thing past us again on Monday, right?
Yes, I will do that. I got you.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
The one thing I learned today was Canva. Uh,
Hmm.
it's interesting, and I'm certainly going to use it privately. Thinks it's a lot better than going to look for a card.
Oh, yeah. Literally you have FedEx right here on your iPad
Yeah, I,
in
I'm
a way, but there's so
I'm a
many different options.
I'm a big thing about cards, birthday cards, Christmas cards,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, physical
I mean,
cards.
look
I
what you
like
can do.
sending a physical card. I guess I'm old school. I like getting a card because I can save them and um, I put them up on the wall and that kind
Hmm.
of stuff. But that's sort of like a family tradition, and I guess I'm
Yeah.
following some old stuff that um, my nana and my mama taught me, and
Hmm.
so I definitely appreciate this program. So I was just wondering, and now
Oh
is
yeah.
Lou is an employer, so could I still write him a thank you note
You
on the
said
side?
Lou? You said
Yeah,
Lou?
yeah.
You can well, I mean you can include him on, I mean you can write, you could do, you can, utilizing this app, for everyone. I mean, hey, as you can see, you can do any kind of card. I mean, if you want to show, I mean, just, for your thanks for Lou, to our staff, to, anyone just in
Okay,
general. I mean, you all, with this app can do that now, for your
okay,
friends, family, for Biotech, for anybody. So
okay. All right.
so yeah, up to you, Anne.
Okay, all right. Thank you, dear, for your
No
help.
problem.
As
No
usual, you are
problem.
always on time.
Oh, I appreciate that, Anne. Thank you so much. Yeah, so let's see. Thank you, Mr. Harold. Yeah, it's great. I mean, hey, it's wonderful just to be easily to create something that shares your thoughts and what you want to do. I was scrolling through the different options. You can make a book club fire if you have a book club. For example, right, you can create a wedding invite or a wedding card, for these templates. There's anything that you want to do, there's going to be a template for it here. So to save a template, so I'm going to go back to home to my different projects and open the project that I worked on. At the top right of the screen, you'll see two different options. And they kind of do the same thing in a way, but the first one is like download or the save. So when you hit the save button, that pointing down arrow with the line, that's kind of like a download button. Make sure for the file type, just for them to be most easily seen, is, if you have any moving images, you notice I have this moving image here in my flyer because I added it there, right? I'm going to hit save and then I'm going to hit GIF. Okay. And then you're going to hit download. So once you hit download, you see it downloads here at the bottom and you get to see the progress and look what came up. Yeah, well, this this comes up on many apps, so I'm going to rate it 5 stars and then hit okay because I don't want to write a review. But look, I can mail it. So look, when you hit the download, you're going to mail it or to that person. For those 5 those letters, I'll have them in my PowerPoint, so that way you can all just view them during the session. But look, I saved it, and then I can put in the email. So I'm going to email this to myself. I'm going to write in my email, type it in. Yeah, let's see, it came out, and then I'm going to send it to myself. So look, I didn't even put a subject. I would appreciate a subject in that email, right? So this is a thank you card for Jordan, but yours will be thank you card for Jackal, Washington Home, etc. Send, and that's how you send it. So what I can say is the quality will be a little bit better if you send it as a JPEG or a PNG, but these moving GIFs, I can work them as well. But it'll be nice to showcase that you guys know how to add GIFs and these different images and this text as well. So that is the save. You can save or share by hitting either of these options, right? Save or share. You can even collaborate with others too, right? So if I hit the share button, look, people with access, I can add someone. So if I wanted to add one of my colleagues to this document, I could do that. If you wanted to add me to the document, so I can save it myself, you can all can do that. So you would write in email, right? You would write in the email of that person. It's let's see, taking a second. I am sharing my screen, so it was just taking a second to come on. I'm going to hit the share and then add people, groups to your team. So I'm going to write in my email address. Wow. No, be at wildtech.org. Return, and then I'll hit send. So that way that person will be able to share, have that design shared with them, and they can view it or open it and edit it as well. Okay, so that's how you save / share or collaborate with others in your Canva app. Okay, have a few more minutes to show you all. Of course, those I will get in contact with, but let's see. Brenda, you want to answer one of these, and you had a question?
Oh, yeah, and I do have a question.
Mhm.
The new fact that I learned was Canva. I never heard of it. And I think I'm going to be using it for our group. You know, the people that have birthdays. Tell us when the birthday is, and I'll make a card and send it to them. That would be
Yeah,
nice. But
yeah.
but you know what? My question is, can I make up a card for people that are not on the iPad but have Apple devices? And say my cousin, she has an Apple phone. Well, you know, that kind of device, an iPhone. That's the word I'm trying to say. And send her like a card or something. Would she be able to get it? Would she
Oh,
receive it?
Brenda, it doesn't, well, for Canva, it doesn't matter what device it is, as long as you can email it to them, they can
Okay.
open it. So yeah, they don't have to have an Apple device. Canva, I mean, it's used on all devices because you're just sending it as a JPEG or a PNG or a GIF,
Right.
so basically different image format. So you know that can be opened by anyone. So they don't have to have a particular device, and you can save it as an image. You know,
Right.
if I go here, and then if I just go back to my thing, hit the save, and then if I just save this as a PNG, right? I'm gonna hit download. And same when you hit downloads, if you want to download or share it, you see it says save image, or you can mail
Right.
it. But look, if I hit save image and go to my Photos app, look at that. It's right here in my Photos app. So how easy that is that, right?
Okay.
And you can share a photo with anyone by iMessage, by mail. You can put it in your document if you want, anything. So just
Okay.
you can send it to anybody, and that makes it so great, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Brenda. Really appreciate
Sure.
that. Geraldine, you had a
Just
question?
yeah, one quick thing on the
Mm-hmm.
Canva to save it. That's the down arrow with the line underneath. That's save, right?
Yes, to
And,
save it on your iPad, it saves the actual document itself, saves by itself. So you don't have
by
to hit, yeah. So if
oh,
I
it
type
saves.
something in, yes, it saves by itself. But if you want to save it onto your iPad as an image or share it, you're going to have to hit either of these two at the top. But yes, the download to save it is here. If you want to share or collaborate with others or download it, you see it says download here at the bottom as well. So either way, you'll be able to save it to your device with those buttons. But the actual document itself, it saves by itself.
It's say, and then the next one to the right with the arrow going up, that's
Mm-hmm.
to send it.
Yeah, to either collaborate. So if you want
Collaborate.
to if you want to send it to others to work on too, you see at the top it says people with access. You need to put that in. But look, you can also below that it says save as image or save with trend, or download. So there are different
Oh, I
options
see.
here
Save as
as
image,
well.
save transfer. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I see. It says that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all I want to ask. That's it.
No problem, Joe. That's a great question. Thank you so much for participating and for getting those questions answered. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And last up for the day is Yvonne. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you, Alice. I had cataract surgery, so I can't do a lot of reading and writing.
Oh, yes.
But
Thank you
I'm
for
in
coming on.
recovery, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Canva. I'd heard of it before, but I never quite mastered it. But I envy people who send out such beautiful flyers for our civic association meetings and everything. And I just wondered, how do they do that and personalize them like that? But you've explained it this morning. Now, can you send a Canva message in a text message as well?
Yeah, so Yvonne, again, when you hit the share button or when you're in your document, you want to share it or send it to others, yes, you'll be able to send it through iMessage, through mail, through whatever options that it gives you. So again, if I hit download and then you see the option that comes up on the left, you see if you have iMessage enabled, let's say iMessage, you can put in mail, you can put it in your notes. Because it's just an image at the end of the day, so you can share it through the different avenues that you see. You know, again, you can save the image or you can share it through your mail, through iMessage, etc.
Okay, all righty.
Mhm.
And I think you said you can send it to someone who doesn't have an Apple device, right?
Yes, just email. If you can email someone, again, that option when download came up, you saw mail came up. So as long as they have an email address, they can, if you send it to them, they'll be able to open it.
And the text message.
Yeah, so it's an iMessage. So again, we're with iPads, so you kind of have to be particular, but it's an iMessage. So only to other Apple users through iMessage, okay?
Oh, well, that's what I wanted to
Yes,
clarify.
but email, you know, iMessage, you got to think on your iPad, you have access to iMessage. So for iMessage, it's for messaging other Apple users, but for mail, mail is universal. So you can mail it to anyone that has an email address, but you can only iMessage it to other Apple users on iPads. With iPhones, I can send it a text or iMessage to Android, you know, iPhone, any phone, but for iPads, it has to be from Apple to Apple device, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem, Yvonne. Thank you for coming on and hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. I'll be on at noon.
Also, yes, I was going to say that. Please make sure you all check out our 12 p.m. session with Lou. We'll be covering 3 countries today in Southeast Asia. So we're looking forward to that and our updated trivia, where we'll just make sure everyone has the opportunity to be heard. And at 1:30 p.m., we'll be covering Module 3, learning how to utilize email on your iPad. Okay, but I really appreciate you all coming on to today's session, and to those that participated and volunteered to write a thank you, a simple thank you card to our grantors and supporters, etc. And for all the feedback, on the Canva app. It's really a great app that I've utilized to create every pretty much single flyer that has been shared. Of course, my colleagues have shared and created flyers through Canva as well. So hopefully you use them for whatever purposes that you like, and know that it's free and really easy to use. I will be contacting those that will be creating a letter for the Valentine's Day party. Just take the weekend to work on it, and then on Monday we'll be talking about it during this our Monday 10 a.m. session, but also any additional time that you may all need. But keep it short and simple, and we really appreciate your participation. I will see you all around 11:50, 12 o'clock, and appreciate you all coming on, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.